Hello there, welcome to the NoPro office. You may have seen this before, I'm not quite sure. You may be new to this. I've never shot a video in here and I hope the video is going to be okay with the sound. I think this room is the best one we have in the house as far as sound goes. I couldn't ever record here before because the computer behind me made too much noise, but there's a new amazing computer here now because the old one blew up. On the screen behind me you can see some work here that we've done. Mostly these going to be works by Danielle, who does all the designs for NoPro. So everything you see on the website which is drawn, he will draw it. Here's one thing we did, the wheel edit crew last year before even. I'm not really sure. This is all stuff he made. On the other screen I'm just displaying some stuff that I've made over the last year for the website. It should be exactly 1 year since we joined this amazing, or since you joined this amazing adventure. Before that, NoPro was just a joke basically. So it was a joke brand. I had two joke brands. One was rollerblading, flip the other way around, so that's inline-skate. I used to make shirts with NoPro, shirts with inline-skate. Only my friends ever got them really, and some amazing people got them as well, but it was never a business. I was working for a company where I was repairing sewing machines, and we also had embroidery machines there. Because of that I was able to make shirts. I never really felt like the people there fully supported what I did with the shirts, and I really thought there was more to it. Direction, some of my friends were like, come on Harry, you've got something here. I didn't really realize it, and I never really wanted to go that route. I was like, I want to work for somebody else, don't have to worry about things too much, and just take the easy route. Now, last year, end of the year before that, so end of 2019, I realized I was being stupid. The stress I get from working for somebody else is so much more immense than what I'm experiencing now in a bad state. Honestly, in a bad state, I'm still feeling better just because I'm in charge. So it was quite early on last year, I think January, where I realized I had to stop working for the company I was working for. And honestly, I never thought NoPro would be the thing I was going to do. At Winter Clash I talked to a very, very fine fella who kind of sprung an idea on me to make a news site. He thought he was going to be able to help me with that. Sadly, he didn't have time. There were other things involved which I'm not going to mention, but he really wanted to help. It didn't work out that way. So NoPro wasn't meant as a company to sell you stuff. It was meant like, we're NoPro News. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be NoPro News. So it's not going to be the regular news like, see this amazing article about the newest thing. No, it was going to be like a vision of multiple people around the world. So somebody in Japan, somebody in America, somebody in Australia, somebody in Norway, wherever. I want to still do this. So my idea was always to have their vision of skating, and it can be rollerblading, it can be roller skating. I don't really care. I want to do something with this in the future. So the website's still hidden, but that was the first idea. So I started to ask myself, what do I want to write? What do I want to do with this? At the same time I was looking for a job, and pretty soon after I actually quit the job, and well, I was home. I didn't have a job. I had to do something because I can't really sit still. So started buying and selling stuff. I already had like 100 pairs of skates. This is not a joke. I did have that many skates, so I sold some of those, sold some other stuff. What I found out is I had too much stuff, I made too much money, I had to start a company. I was still hoping for a job, but I also realized the world was collapsing in on itself, and soon after I was deciding whether or not I wanted to be a one-man business, basically, I could no longer get a job, simply because the companies I'm interested in working for, they shut down. If they shut down, they can't really say, oh, come on over, come work for us. So I basically had one option: start the site to sell some stuff. We did this. We started NoPro.nl, and I say we because nothing I've done the last year has been me. Of course, I make some pictures. I did some work on the website, but the website wasn't created by me. That was all created by other people. The artwork has been created by other people. Most of the hype has been created by other people. I'm not really the best person for that. I'm not the outgoing type. I don't want to see terribly. I want to say I am rather artistic. I'm good at having a conversation one-on-one, which many of my clients will notice, because if you send me an email and I'm able to respond, you will get a very correct email. So I can do that, but I'm still kind of unsure what I want to do with the social media, with the videos. I used to make a lot of videos. Right now I'm just drawing a blank. I don't know what I want to do video-wise. I don't want to be the guy who's going to be like, look at this amazing CDS Detroit stuff I got in, because I don't think people really want to see that. Maybe people want to see the history of this, but there's other people doing that in better ways, and I'd rather support them, which is something I've done as my first article on the website. So my friend Tom, I've known him for years. I've only talked to him once, which was for the interview. He runs a place that we call Blade Museum, and the Blade Museum I feel is a better place to do this, to show people this is a product, this is the history. Beside that, there's a person who does I would say a retrospective on Instagram, also something I wouldn't have the time for, so I'm not too sure I want to do that. Now, before I realized I had to start a web shop, I was working on a skate park. Many people are still asking, like, where's the skate park? Well, right now, it's nowhere. The wood had to stay outside because I didn't have room inside. It got rained on, and the people who were willing to help me and promised to help me were unable to get here. Because COVID happened, they can't get here. So the skate park is non-existent at this time. There's some structure there, it needs help. I need help getting it further, and I'm not sure what I want to do with the space now. I completely redid the walls. I've got new doors to put in front of it. There's a lot of work already gone there, like a tremendous amount of work gone there. But right now I don't have time for it. I want to focus on getting a shop ready, a physical shop. So some of you may have seen a picture or two of a physical shop I've been building. It's in the back of the garage. It's really the smallest place ever, but it's going to be precisely what I need. Just a small place where somebody can come in, say I want this or that skate, they can fit them on. I'm still hoping, I'm still dreaming. I hope my friends can come over here from the UK, from Germany, to come help me with this. Just looking at my notes if I'm missing anything. So we merged NoPro News and the NoPro shop into one, simply because I won't have time for both. I still hope I can find some people who want to go more on the NoPro News side, who have an interesting story to tell. Maybe just give a look at what your local skating scene is like. I see a lot of people say like, oh my god, the blading scene is this, the blading scene is that. Where I live, there is no blading scene. There's a couple of kids who are now grown up who inline skate, and that's it. But there's not really a scene. There's not like a couple of guys or a couple of girls who come together and go skate. I don't see that around here. It's you. For 15 years or something, it's just been me at the skate park and maybe some other people at the skate park, but I was never part of that. I'd be interested in hearing a story like that, like what your life is like in whatever place you live in. So if you have an idea like that, please reach out to me. Let me know. I'll give you the platform. I'll look through it. I'll make it happen. So it's been a year and not really that much seems to have happened from my mind. There's a very simple reason for this. After I quit my job, I jumped right into this, and a couple of months after that I started having what they call meltdowns. Don't know if I want to say much more about that, but a meltdown is basically where I am no longer able to communicate, but I'm still thinking. And through talking with my friend Anna, to talking with Saskia and some other very, very important people to me, sadly we have found out it's past trauma that's coming back up, and I'm not done with that. So even though I would like to be the guy who's like happy-go-lucky, I'll post skates on the website every day, I'm buying skates all the time, everything's going my way, which normally would be the way I would do things. I just will them into existence basically. That's not going to happen right now. So I have to take that step back, and I have for about half a year. Some people have been hurt by that. I'm very sorry about that, but there are people who are like, oh, I'm just gonna give you and give you and give you and give you all this attention. So I'm gonna keep sending you emails, or I'm gonna keep sending you messages, asking certain questions, or trying to get hold of you. I'm not here all the time. I may be physically here, but there are, I'd say, weeks, honestly, where I haven't been able to do work. So I can't always be there for anyone. I have been to my most extreme capabilities trying to keep the shop going. I think I've done a good job. I think people haven't been getting mad because I got behind. I haven't got into issues where they paid me and I didn't send something. Stuff like that hasn't happened, but it's a real threat I have to look out for. That's kind of the hard part of the journey. What is the good part of the journey is, even through these bad times, I have managed to do things. This office did not look anything like this when I started the shop. Many things in here have been moved like 5 times to get it to this position. I'm very happy with where it is now. We're almost done with the physical store. I've got materials for the shop that's got to be in front of the store, because I want to have a bike shop where I can repair a bike for people around here. And all these things are still moving. And if I listen to other people around me, they still feel like I'm going fast. So I'll be happy with that. The last month I've been improving the web shop because I want to get certain things a certain way. I'm almost done with that, and I want to be at a place where people can just order online, pay straight away, get a notification on one of my screens like, hey, somebody ordered something, I put it in a box, I add something nice, because I don't know if I have one here, but we have these amazing artworks which I've been adding to the parcels. I don't see one right now, doesn't matter. You will see when you order. Even though the company officially is just me, that's not the whole case. So first of all, I want to talk about Daniel, or Daniel. I don't honestly know how to pronounce his name. Daniel has been the driving force behind NoPro as much as I have. He makes all the designs, and a lot of what he does is just by talking to me, he gives me inspiration to try new things, to find stuff, or to sometimes think out of the box in ways I haven't managed yet. So I really, really want to thank him first of all for believing in the whole NoPro thing, because he was basically telling me it should be this or that. It should be like a company thing and not just me being a weirdo and making some shirts, which basically it was. I really want to thank all the people at Jagersma. I wasn't the perfect fit, or they weren't the perfect fit for me. Doesn't really matter. This experience really, really taught me a lot. All the people working there with me, you guys are the best. Thirdly, I want to thank Errol from Errol Skate Shop. Of course, the wood for the skate park came from him, and eventually I started using the wood from the skate park to build walls, which became the shop. So when I say building the skate shop, I do mean building the skate shop. There was an empty garage with walls I could look through. No joke, I could look through them. When I took away the inside of the wall, I found out I had to rebuild the wall. So a lot of that stuff that you see, no, honestly, everything you see except for one beam is new. I've built it together with friends. Now one of these friends, Len, he's been here so much I can't even believe it. Every time I ask him to, like, do you want to go somewhere and pick up materials, he's there. When I ask him, do you want to build a wall with me, he's like, yeah, sure. He doesn't usually do these things. He works in IT, so it's not his area of expertise, but he'll be there. It's amazing to me. So thank you, Len, as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's two people, Orna and Saskia, who've been helping me cope with all the negative thoughts, cope with all the issues of hit recently. I'm not going to say what I want to say to them in this video, but let's just be clear that the way I see it, without them I wouldn't be here right now. It doesn't sound very nice, but that's how I look at it. These people are saving me on a daily basis with the most basic things and with the most hardest things. There have been times where I called Orna in the middle of the night and he's been there. So thank you, mate. Fucking hell, thank you. Then there's a couple of people outside of that who are just always either going against me in a way that drives me, or going with me in a way that drives me. These people are very important, and I don't think I would have been doing the whole NoPro thing without them. So there's Ricardo Lino, which I'm sure more people know than they know me. So there's him. He's there behind the scenes trying to help me, even when I don't do the right things, and I almost, not sure, but I almost screw things up for him. So that's amazing. Besides that, I really want to thank Robert Lee from Germany. He keeps an eye out for me there for special skates. I hope next week I'm going to have some parcels from him, and I'll just be putting up the most amazing skates that he's found for me around his place. He's also set up a deal for me, which when I can finally go to the place to pick them up, it's going to rock my world, it's going to rock your world, it's going to rock everybody's world basically, because it's going to be unheard of. So thank you, Robert. Thank you very much. Then there's just the people who've been recently helping me, who've always been helping me. Paul, Marius, looking here at my list, Larry, Mr. Fagan, Kit Derrick, you're a crazy person, but I love you. And very recently, Sam from Africa, he's talking to him is really helping me focus as well. So lastly, I really want to mention that there's a girl named Tessa who's been helping me with new designs for shirts, new stickers, and Lummy, who's made a new design for the NoPro logo, which I hope I can show you at the end of this week. So I'll probably do a live stream unboxing some stuff and showing you where we're going with this. If you've watched this amazingly long video, thank you for watching. I couldn't do this without you, honestly. I can't run a shop without a customer, so anyone who's bought anything from me, that's amazing. Keep doing that. Please keep doing that. Maybe a good question to end on, to make this a bit more interactive than just me talking to you. Are there things you'd want to see? I've tried in the last year to get stock of new skates. Sadly, the money hasn't been there, and you know, I can't invest when I don't have money, so working on that. Setting aside money for big things to happen. If there's a new skate coming out in the shop, offering a pre-order. Yes or no? That's one thing. And secondly, are there certain brands you are missing? And I really hope that in a couple of more years, everything I've been working on now is going to be at a stage where I'm just going to be looking back, laughing, looking back and thinking, I shouldn't have worried so much. But maybe the worrying part of me is what keeps me doing what I'm doing, so who knows. Thank you for watching. I hope to do more videos. Thank you.